and then we will begin the presentation for today. Thank you all for joining us. So I'm Andy Strauss. I'm the president of Goldner Associates, and I really appreciate you being on our virtual show, our meeting today with one of our supplier partners, Polyconcepts North America, also known as PCNA. And today we're going to focus on trends, new products, kitting, and fulfillment solutions. Many of you all know PCNA. They are the parent company of Leeds, Bullet Line, Trimark Journal Books, and now ETS Drinkware, ETS Express. So you may know them by their line names. And we've been a great partner. They've been a great partner for Goldner for years. And we actually had a Zoom call with them, I think it was about September of 2020. So some of you may be familiar with even some of our people here. Or have met some of PCNA team along the way with our team. So I'm excited to have you all on this webinar. If you see something that you like, please just make a note, jot it down, communicate it with your Goldner sales reps. Feel free to chat along the way. Kelly, you want to get some good chatting going for us? Oh, it looks like there's already some on there. All right. We're going to have a few questions and answers and maybe even some raffles. So have that chat turned on and get your fingers going quickly so that you can be first to chat and answer when the time comes. And we're going to have several speakers along the way. Our friends Rick, Jenny, Kimberly, and Kelly are all going to be speaking, and then I'll do a quick wrap up at the end. So with that, Rick, do you want to take us away here?
I am happy to, Andy. Thank you for that, and thanks for the nice introduction. You mentioned that we've been great partners, and I just would remind everyone here that partners is a two-way street. So you are in good hands when you work with Goldner Associates. We know it. It's why we choose to associate ourselves with them, and we're happy to be here today. My role, as I begin to share my screen, is really today to introduce what the rest of the group is going to talk about and what kind of information they're going to deliver to you. And they're really the ones that are going to give you the exciting products and trends. But so we are PCNA, as Andy said, Polyconcept North America, Leeds, Bullet, Journal Books, Trimark, and Trimark being our apparel line. And collectively, these are the points that we want you to take away today. Now, I won't drain this slide, but what I will say is if we take the top, the middle, and the end, that's the three takeaways that we really want you to leave with. Like what's new in product and product categories, the kitting and dropship programs that have become so much more important to our experience world, our gift delivery world than it ever has been before. We've got services to make it easy for you. And not more importantly, but as important is a strong domestic stock position. And that's important to you because when you come to Goldner and you have an event that you want to merchandise or a gifting experience that you want to create, gosh darn it, they need to sell the product before they buy it. And so we need to make sure that it's in stock. And we've made sure that the most important products across product categories are available. You're going to be exposed to this something called perfectly packaged. I talked about kitting. As you know, we've had to take these in-person events and move them by and large into people's homes. And so we're drop shipping more and more every day. And Goldner is able to, through PCNA, create an experience that is just turnkey for you. So they're able to take a garment and what we in our world call hard goods, that could be a mug or a piece of a notebook and a pen, et cetera, put it all in one box, customize it and ship it directly to the recipients, really, which again, I use that word experience, allows you to create that experience in a turnkey fashion. So we talked about trends, or we mentioned that you'll learn about trends, and I won't, again, what I call drain the slide here, but if you take a look at these four things, those trends are what's driving behavior, buying behavior, selling behavior in the marketplace. So when you when you have an event coming up, you think to yourself, okay, what am I doing to address this virtual life trend or to address health consciousness, et cetera, et cetera. And again, we're going to show you how to do that as we show you actual product today. Another theme that you'll be introduced to a handful of times is that of eco and sustainability. And at PCNA, we have branded our experience as EcoSmart. So you'll see a handful of products today that fall under that EcoSmart platform. And what's really cool about our offering with eco products and sustainable products is that we have partnered with an organization called 1% for the Planet, which essentially gives 1% of the proceeds back to this organization called 1% for the Planet that has a lot of different organizations that they work with. That was a lot of words. 1% for the Planet works with a bunch of different charities. We chose two. One is Well Aware, and you can see that here on the screen. Well Aware builds water wells in areas of the world that can't sustain their own water supply in a clean and healthy fashion. And the other charity is One Tree Planted, and which, as you might guess, is engaged in reforestation efforts in North America and around the world. Now, we've heard a lot about these kind of programs over the years. We're happy to be able to put some numbers to it. And even through 2020, where demand for these types of products was not what it was in the past, and certainly not even what it is today, we were able to plant in excess of 100,000 trees. And we have 3 wells that are up and operational. And it's just nice to be able to say that and prove that we're doing something with it. These are websites that you can find on your own should you care to research them more. But it's pretty amazing that we're able to bring product solutions for merchandising and gifting and still be able to give back. So that's what you're going to hear about today as you hear from Kimberly, from Kelly, and from Jenny. And so what I'm going to do next, though, since I have given you a little bit of data on eco, is give you a chance to get our first door prize of the day. And it is a eco knit hoodie with a, as you can see with the image on the young lady on the right, she's got a face covering that's built into the garment. So these are comfortable. They're made of recycled PET, which is basically water bottles and soda bottles. And the person that can tell us in the chat how many trees we were able to plant through our Give Back program with One Tree Planted will win. And so I can't see the chat at the moment. Jenny, are you able to tell me who's doing that? Who won?
You know what? I don't have it open either because I'm getting ready to share my screen, but I
do. Jane Reeson is going to be the winner for this. She was all over it. She was in before the question was even asked. I love it. Perfect.
So to your Goldner contact, get your size and your color choice of blue or gray, and we'll get that out to you. With that, I will turn this over to Jenny Cottle, awesome. And I get to take a back seat.
Thank you so much. So I am Jenny Cottle, and I hope by now my image has worked its way up into the top of your video panels along the side. I am going to show a couple of products. I know it's going to be small, and so I want to make sure that I am visible to everybody. So with that in mind, let's get started. I am talking about the trend of virtual life. And as Rick had mentioned, these trends are really what we're seeing that are really navigating or really making a difference in buying patterns. And virtual life is certainly one that we can all relate to. That is exactly what we're doing right now, whether it is on the Zoom platform or Teams platforms, a variety of different ways that we have started connecting virtually, not only for work, but life outside of work as well with our family and friends. And so this is something that we continue to see. We saw really come into focus at the beginning of the pandemic, but not everybody's back to work yet. Some employees are back, some aren't, some are, have more of a hybrid schedule. So these are going to be items that no matter where you find yourself working or where you find yourself doing life these days, these are items that are going to be incredibly useful and purposeful for you. So we will get started on a few items. So on this first page, these are some of our new launch items. That first set of earbuds right there, those are going to be completely wireless. So very similar to your, Apple AirPods. These are not going to have any wires attached. True wireless earbuds are the fastest growing segment in technology, not only in our industry, but also in retail. So it's a very popular gifting item. And if you are wondering, this particular set says that it comes with ANC. That stands for active noise canceling. And that is wonderful if you find yourself working in a space in which there might be a little extra noise and distraction. So really helps you drown out some of those outside elements. The next one is going to be a laptop and tablet light. This is portable. This light is great. I'm going to hold it up right now so that you can see. This is not on, so don't worry about it blinding you, but you can see all those LED lights in there. What's great about this particular piece is that you can turn it up so it's brighter, or you can turn it down so it's a little bit more mild. So it allows you to adjust not only the angle, but also how much light is coming through. It is removable, so it's something that you can take with you if you are working from home or in the office or back and forth. The next piece is a Reclaim REPT 5000 mAh wireless charging writing pad. Similar to the hoodie that we just raffled off, this piece is going to be made from recycled plastic. This is really nice and substantial. I am holding it up here if you can see my video. Inside, it has a wireless charging pad that holds 5000 mAh. So that is enough to fully charge your phone 2 times before you have to recharge it. The next piece on the bottom is a Rocket book. For those of you that were on the call in the fall, we had shown this to you then, but this piece is such an incredible item for virtual life. Rocket book is a notebook unlike any other. You download an app to your phone, you write on the Rocket book with the pen that's given to you, and then you can take and upload your notes easily to the app on your phone. You can send them to your email, you can send them to the cloud, you can send them to various apps. You just simply let your Rocketbook app know where you want it sent. So here is a picture of, or I'm holding up the executive notebook, which is a 6x9, and it is such a great asset. I know for me personally, and I know Kimberly uses it daily as well. The next piece on there is the Marca. This is one of our new tumblers. This one is 20 ounces, double walled. It's got copper insulation in there, and it's going to come with a stainless straw with the silicone tip on it. So we want to make sure that we're not having to reuse straws, but something that if you use it with the family, that's going to keep everybody safe as they're drinking. And last but not least on this page, we have the Dej Eco Polo, similar to that knit hoodie that we talked about, and also to that wireless charging writing pad. This is going to be made from recycled post-consumer plastic. The feel is great, the fit is great, and you would never notice the difference other than the tags that come on it talking about how it's made from that recycled material. On this next page, we have some of our best sellers. These items are going to be deep in inventory, but are going to really work for that virtual life trend just as well as the other items. But as things slowly start to open and events begin to get onto the calendar, you may find yourself in a position where maybe you're looking for a little larger quantity of product. And so that's what this page is for. This page is to show you those tried and true bestsellers. We have really deep inventory in them. Goldner knows these items. Let them do that legwork for you, and they can send you over a variety of different options. These are just a few that we wanted to point out that are going to work with that trend. So a journal book. The tumbler in the middle is a combo tumbler, so it's going to be either small enough to brew your coffee directly into it from your Keurig, or you can use it as a can koozie. Wireless mice, bags, especially backpacks when we're commuting back and forth, or maybe just packing up at the end of every day for those of us maybe working in kind of a modified workspace in our home. And then a few of our apparel pieces on the bottom. And I have on here one of our pieces, not on this list, but you can see we are able to really imprint in areas that have that high impact location. So while you are on virtual calls, your brand can still be seen. The next page on this are a few additional of our new items. I do have a few of them to hold up for you. Blankets have been great, especially when we find ourselves in a particular climate that maybe appeals to coworkers, but not to us. We can wrap ourselves up in those blankets. It's a great item to just have on the back of your chair. The Brew Copper Vacuum Mug. This is one of my favorite items. I have this here that I'm holding up. This is 12 ounces and it has such a great fit. It's something that is easy to hold on to. It's the right size for that morning cup of coffee, but it's got copper insulation inside of it. So it's going to keep your coffee hot for around 8 hours. The next item is a desktop whiteboard. This one you have to see in person. The image on the site does not do it justice. This is about 17 inches wide, and this is such a great desk item. The lid is a whiteboard. So you can do your to-do list on there. You can write maybe an inspirational quote. You can write a one-time passcode that you need to just remember momentarily. And then when you are done for the day, you just simply wipe it clean. But the best part about this whiteboard is it really is an item that's going to sit on someone's desk. So a great way to have your brand be seen. The next item down in the left is the Whirl 5-in-1 charging cable with magnetic wrap. This is something a little different. Charging cables are really great, useful items, no matter where you find yourself working or living. But this particular piece is magnetic. And so it's really easy to put away at the end of the day and put right back into the box in which it comes in. So something a little different, but very functional. And below we have two additional apparel items to show. The one in the middle is the Mather, and that is the one I'm wearing today. It's a great lightweight half zip. It's perfect for, more of a mild winter. I live in Florida, so that's really what we have here. Or for most, it's a great piece for spring and for fall. And then of course, on the last one, we have the ladies Equinox blazer. It is now time for the giveaway. This is a fun one. So for this particular giveaway, we are giving away the Skullcandy Indie Evo True Wireless earbuds. And as I mentioned previously, True Wireless is that segment of our tech category that continues to grow and really lead the charge for growth. So for this particular one, what is one thing you never expected to do virtually? The most creative answer wins.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Some of these answers are making me laugh already. I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing my screen. And we're gonna have Rick French. He's gonna be the one who gets to pick the most creative answer here. I know certainly I've done a lot of things virtually that I just never expected to have to do. So it's a whole new world. The first telehealth visit that you do, trying to discuss that you have a cold is always a little interesting. So I'm Kimberly, and we're going to go ahead and Rick, do you have a good number of answers, or are those still trickling in?
I have a bunch of them, and they're still coming, and this is going to be difficult. And candidly, y'all are victim to my, I guess, sense of creativity, right? So, I got to go with break up with someone.
Oh, I didn't even see the chat. That's a fun one.
It's not fair to choose it because there's so many great answers on here, and candidly, a bunch that are more business related. But that one made me do a double take, and that's it's public since it's in here, so it's Jessica Hazard. Just get in touch with your Goldner representative, and we'll get these out to you.
Jessica, that's brutal. I love it. Sorry for the recent breakup. I'm going to go ahead and start going through our second trend, which is going to be health consciousness and wellness. So wellness has just been really taking over the marketplace. We are seeing companies that are really pushing wellness and self-care thrive in the marketplace. You might know Peloton is a really good example of that. Their stock rose 350% in 2020 when most people's did not. So we're putting more and more faith into wellness companies and having promotional items that help take care of you and also help make the entry back into the workplace safe and also allow people to have that balance of work, home life. It's going to be more and more important. So we're going to have a few pieces to focus on here. These, again, are going to be some new drivers that we're seeing. And a lot of people are heading back to the office or going to start heading back into the office at some point in the near future. So ways that we're able to make people a little bit safer and give people some safety in their promo items are going to be really ideal. One thing that we're seeing is a huge push towards UV sanitizers. So we have UV sanitizers built in with some more traditional promo items as well. So for example, the UV sanitizer desk clock with a wireless charger. This is going to be a desk clock, again, really killer way to get your logo on someone's desk, get that repetitive logo where people are seeing it every single day. This has a flap at the top that you open. You can put your phone in there. You can put a mask. You can put your credit cards, your jewelry, whatever you like. You close it, press a button, and you're able to kill 95% of germs with that. It also doubles as both a clock and a wireless charger to make it a lot more functional on someone's desk. We're seeing a big push towards antimicrobial additives as well. So for this specific bottle, the Thor bottle, this is a piece that we've had in our line for a few years with a powder coating outside. So instead of having the powder coating on the outside, we are adding an antimicrobial additive to the coating. So when you touch that bottle, your germs do not transfer to the bottle, and then they're not able to grow on the bottle. So we have found out more about COVID lately that touch isn't as big of a spreader as initially expected. However, cold and flu germs still very easily spread through touch. So this is a great way to keep people safe. If people are grabbing similar bottles, it's, again, you just don't want to mess those things up right now. So this is a great way to keep people healthy and safe. The double laminated wipeable jumbo tote bag, again, these are just really nice to be able to wipe down on both sides. I have a 2-year-old son, and his favorite food and pretty much the only food he eats is peanut butter. So we have a lot of little grimy hands all over the place. So it's really nice to be able to wipe down everything possible. It's what is keeping me going through this pandemic is some Clorox wipes and, just paper towels. As Jenny talked about in the virtual life section, true wireless earbuds are going to be one of our biggest growing technology categories. The pair that she presented, it was really more so for work with the active noise canceling. These Volantis true wireless earbuds are going to be another option we have in the $25 price point. What's awesome about these is there is actually a UV light built into the case. So when you have your earbuds in the case, they are not only charging, but you can also sanitize them so that you don't have to worry about germs, which is lovely. These are perfect for getting out and about, going for walks, taking calls while you are on a walk. Love, love, love the idea of getting out and about for spring. And then also we're going to have a few apparel pieces that have some built-in PPE. So the Fraser Eco Knit jacket, this is going to be right in the $50 range. Love this piece just in terms of coziness. It has a French terry knit as well as that recycled polyester. So it's going to be very comfortable for the spring weather right now. But what makes this super special is it's going to have a built-in no contact keychain. So when you get out at a gas station and you don't want to touch the grimy pump, you're able to type in your zip code with the no contact keychain, or you're able to press the button for an elevator or open doors with this. It just makes it super simple, very easy access. And again, people aren't wanting to touch as many things as, let's just say people don't want to touch things. And then last but not least on this page, new piece, and this was actually our first giveaway, the Sierra Eco Knit Hoodie. Love this item because of that built-in face covering. I spend a lot of my days these days at the park. A lot of times I don't feel the need to necessarily wear a mask outside, but there are times when you get into groups where you have to be a little bit closer, where I do feel a little bit more comfortable with a face covering on. So this is a perfect piece for getting outdoors in the spring. When you do get around groups of people, you can pull up that face covering. There is a drawstring cord on it to cover your mouth, and it just makes me feel a lot more comfortable being around other people in close contact. So some deep stock drivers, these are going to be some items that we have just seen go through the roof over the last year. Bento boxes have been huge for us. So whether people are going into work or whether they're eating from home, bento boxes are ideal. For people going into work, it's nice because you no longer have to have communal food. So this 2-tier bento box has 2 separate compartments for your food. You can do salad in one, a sandwich in the other, and you're ready to go. For people working from home, you can use it more as a food prep situation or as Tupperware, which is also nice. And it folds down nicely for storage. The Camelback Eddy, this is one of my favorite pieces for wellness programs. If you're trying to encourage people to drink more water, this is the piece for you. This is the bottle that it's very strong at retail. This is the one with the straw in it. So people are, after a study, they showed that people drink 25% more water from this bottle than any other bottle on the market because of the easy access of the water. Few other pieces to note, the Ball True Wireless Earbuds. So I know we keep harping on True Wireless Earbuds, but I really cannot say how popular they are enough. This is going to be our lowest price point offering at $13. And we are going to have over 100,000 pieces of these in stock. So we have huge opportunity for you to have these off the shelf. And then last but not least here, the Lumos Light Up Fitness Belt. So people are wanting to get out, they're wanting to be active, they're wanting to go for runs, and they're wanting to go for walks. If you happen to have to walk the dog at night or go for a run at night, this is a killer option. It's a fanny pack. You can put your credit cards, your dog bags, whatever you need to put in there. And then it has a light up button, so it has the safety feature where people can see you. All right, a few other items that are really meant for people getting out and about, picnic blankets and backpack coolers. We are seeing a huge push towards these. People want to be outdoors right now. Picnic blankets are a great way for people to gather as a family and do it safely. This is going to be a great option for the $15 to $20 range. We're also seeing a huge push towards backpack coolers. People are, again, just wanting to get out. They're wanting to go for hikes. This High Sierra version is a new piece. The top half is going to be uninsulated, while the bottom half is an insulated cooler. So you're able to take everything that you need with you in one bag, as opposed to having to bring separate pieces. Easy Squeezy sunscreen, that one's always a hit for any outdoor event. So I would imagine that a lot of company events are now going to be held outside. Sunscreen is a really easy add to keep people safe and happy. And then another fun piece that I absolutely love, and this is actually, I had to pry this out of my son's hands, this Zigoo collapsible bottle in tie-dye. So we have this in solid colors as well for a corporate event, but the tie-dye is way more fun to show. This is going to be a silicone bottle. It expands and then it collapses. I love, love, love this item. It's a fun piece to play with. It's great for when we do get back into travel. And it just is perfect for kids or adults of all ages because it does have a little bit of fun aspect. We're decorating on the lid of this one. You don't want your logo to be shrunk and expanded. Highly, highly recommend this piece. It's super, super fun and gets people excited. And it's something that people don't necessarily have. Last piece to touch on, the Blackwater Outdoor Waterproof Speaker. This is going to be a $10 price point speaker. This is perfect for clipping onto a backpack to go for a hike, perfect for picnics. Music makes everything a little bit more fun and really jazzes people up. So for something in the $10 range, you really can't beat the morale booster of a Bluetooth speaker. And since this one is waterproof, it can handle some outing. So you can be rough and tough with this. You can get rain on it. It can be briefly soaked in a pool. You don't want to have it submerged, but it will hold up very nicely to the elements. All right, so another giveaway for you guys. Name one way that PPE or safety has been incorporated into traditional promotional products. And the winner of this is going to win the pristine 10,000 wireless power bank with UV sanitizer. So this is a good sanitizer on the go. I'm going to stop sharing. Kelly, if you want to go ahead and start. All righty. Audrey Millig. Let's see, where's my chat? I think Audrey, you win this one. Good job, guys. Audrey Milligan, I'm so sorry I didn't say your full name there.
She was definitely the first one up there, Kimberly. I would remind you that with the UV lights was her answer, and UV lights incorporated into radios, into chargers, into other things for sanitizing purposes. Very nice.
Yeah, good job.
Hang on, I gotta go back and my screen went too far. I've got to go down to my, I don't know what happened to my view current slide and it went one too far. So I'm having a little bit of a freeze on here. Let's see. Oops. Hang on, sorry guys, got a little bit of a freeze on here. It's not, Kimberly, you might have to.
Kelly, go ahead and there we go. I will reshare.
Thank you. Sorry, I'll just, if you can share, I'll talk to it, but I've had a failure.
You good?
There we go. Yes, thank you. Okay, so hi guys, my name is Kelly Fouché. I live in North Carolina, and I love seeing everyone's face today. And a special hi to my North Carolina Goldner folks. Love you guys. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here is one of the trends, practicality. And this, you know, all of the trends kind of overlap a little bit. Yay, Christiana, love it. All of them kind of overlap as far as I feel like people being putting a lot more thought behind the gift that you are going to give to your, you know, employees, you know, business owners, giving a gift for people that are coming into your establishment. I feel people are always very good about choosing options, but I think that currently in the COVID environment, some are more family focused, practical, everyday, not just a work piece where, you know, previously we might have, you know, selected something that was just for work. Now there are a lot of, you know, practical items that are being given for, you know, you to do with your family at home because you're at home for COVID. And so we're just going to go through a couple of slides on practicality, employee appreciation gifts. There's some eco in here. Again, just some more good suggestions. And I've got one piece of drinkware to show you. So go ahead, Kimberly. Okay, so new projected drivers in kind of practicality. So practicality probably might mean a little bit different for everybody. But these are some things that we are seeing that are trending right now as far as practical gifts that are not necessarily just work or just home. Definitely wireless charging, kind of tech in all areas, earbuds and wireless charging, because people are at your desk a lot with your computer, your phone's there. So we have many, many, many wireless charging options, but just, you know, an example is the ultra thin wireless charging pad that we have from Bullet. It's a great price point, nice full imprint on that piece. And obviously wireless charging works on most newer phones. So it's a good versatile item to give to people. The Thor copper vacuum insulated tumbler is not a new piece. We've had this for quite a while. It does come with a straw also, not pictured on here. But what's great about this piece is we have brand new seamless 4-color process wrap that we can put on the Thor tumbler. And I know my screen is small, but I have a little spin of this piece here. And this is a brand new process for us. It's beautiful. When you see this in person, it's gorgeous. And there is no seam on this piece. So if you have a lot of artwork, we used to be, somewhat limited on some of these processes, and our wrap did have a little panel on the back. This is a true seamless wrap, brand new process for PCNA that we're really proud of. So that's a great option too if you want to get a copper vacuum insulated tumbler at a great price point, and then put a lot of nice, fun information on there. Apparel, the Dade, obviously you can't go wrong with. This is going to be a very deep inventory item that we have as well, because the Dade is our best selling polo. We did add a couple of new colors. Those are our nice new, striped colors for the Dade. It used to be completely solid. And we do have, if you guys aren't familiar with our Trimark pieces, always we're going to have a ladies piece to go with the men's piece, except for Untuck It. Those are mainly men's pieces currently, but most of our pieces will always have a ladies cut and a men's cut if you're like me. Sometimes you don't want to wear a boxy polo. I'm wearing our Kinport, which is a sleeveless piece from Trimark, very comfortable, great for this weather. And you're going to have your moisture wicking fabric, pill resistant. So you're getting a very trendy, well-built piece of apparel. And then just bags. Oh, yep, we're good. I was just going to touch on the last. Okay, yeah, we're good. This is. There you go. Stay there. You're. Oh no, go. Where are we? Go back. There we go. Stay there. Okay. Next slide. Deep stock drivers. Again, things that we feel are practical items. Anybody can use, any demographic, any age group. So anybody can use Stockton Wireless Charging Journal is an awesome piece. This anybody can use, and I still write instead of using an iPad, or I do use the Rocketbook, but I still write on a journal. So I still love getting a journal, and this is a great piece with your wireless charging built into the pad itself. A couple more that I just want to touch on here. The Hugo copper insulated tumbler has been our best seller for probably 3 years running now. So lots of colors. We're going to have very deep inventory on that piece. Also, the Neo in the bottom corner. I cannot tell you how many we have of those we have sold in all styles of our kind of wine vacuum insulated tumblers. We have them at Leeds. We also have them at Bullet. Very deep inventory on all of them, and we meet all different price points. So very hot item. And then just the Telluride I want to talk about before we go on, because this is a Patagonia inspired design here, but an exceptional price on this piece. You guys, I can't tell you what a great jacket this is. It's a nice weight, and it is built, with trends from Lululemon, Patagonia, and it's a super nice piece at a fantastic price point. So definitely if you're looking for, obviously not now because we're going into summer, but unless you're north or maybe Midwest. All right, next slide. Okay, last page on our practical deep stock drivers. First one I'm going to talk about is down there in the middle, the outdoor 5-piece wellness set. Man, if I could tell you, this is the greatest gift. If you are doing any outdoor activities, if you've got a walk, a run, fundraisers, everybody's outside now because they feel safer outside maybe than inside. This is a great piece, under $5. We have we've got over, last I looked, 120,000 units on this item. It's a great piece. You have hand sanitizer, sunscreen, bug spray, after bug bite spray, and after sunscreen inside that kit, all under $5. It's a great piece. And the other piece that I just want to talk about here for a moment is the Hercules non-woven grocery tote. Very deep inventory on all colors on this item. I use reusable grocery totes all the time now. We have a grocery store that we can walk to, so I have, no less than 10 of these in my house at all times. Also a great price point. If you have, we all want to please, get a large order every day of our life, but all of a sudden somebody calls you at the last minute, hey, I need these. Be assured that we will have inventory for you, 10,000, 20,000. I think we have, over 10,000 in each color currently, and then a lot heavier inventory on some of the more popular colors. All right, game day chair. That's the last one I'm going to talk about. Oh, that's okay. We can go on to the next one. I was just going to tee up the next slide. So chairs. We are going to give away a ultra portable compact chair. This fits in that little pouch down at the bottom, and it expands out. I have put this together many times just to let you know it's very easy to do. And what is the best promo product you've ever received and why? First answer wins. And I can't see this yet, so can't see chat, but.
It looks like Catherine Switzer with her on saying she received some Maui gems. That would be a great, exciting gift. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good. That's nice. Very, very nice. There's a lot of answers on here. Yeah, there's a lot of, that's good, everybody. Okay, so Rick, are you next?
I am actually up again. So yes, I am going to be walking us through. Somehow it muted me. I'm so sorry about that. All right, so I'm going to walk us through brands, which we've really seen an increase in movement towards retail brands during the pandemic. This did not come as a surprise for us because this was the same behavior that we saw coming out of the 08-09 recession as well. And there's really many reasons for this. I think the one that resonates the most with me is that prior to COVID, the economy was great, things were rocking, events were, being planned, and all of these various things. And so those of us in a position of purchasing promotional products, we were maybe a little bit less risk averse. We were willing to try new things. We were willing to take a risk on an item that maybe we hadn't seen or used before. But with the pullback came really that desire to have those items that were really more of a comfort, those known items. And that's really why a lot of buyers resonate with retail brands. So we wanted to spend a little time today diving in and highlighting some of those brands that we have available through our company. Of course, Goldner as a whole has access to hundreds of brands. We're being selfish and saying that we think ours are some of the best for sure. So I wanted to take a little deeper dive into a few of them, but just as a high level, through our company, PCNA, we have over 30 brand partnerships. Brands like Thule, which is known for being that active lifestyle brand, items that are just built to last, no matter what you're doing and adventuring in life. Herschel, which is my goodness, probably the most popular bag brand, especially among our youth, that high school, college age, and those newly in the workforce. Skull Candy, we've talked a little bit about that already, but Skull Candy is it's actually a top 3 retail brand in terms of technology. Skull Candy has an incredibly loyal following because those who have had Skull Candy pieces know that they not only have incredible sound, but they have an amazing quality and they are also really built to last. Roots is an apparel brand that we have through our Trimark collection. This brand is out of Canada, and it is one of their most popular, most recognizable brands. And then last but not least on this little highlight, Camelback. Camelback for us is an incredible relationship. Not only do we have some of their best-selling drinkware pieces, Andy's holding one up right now, but we also have their hydro packs and bags as well. So similar to Thule, Camelback is really made for that outdoor adventurer, but you don't have to really fall into that category to enjoy those pieces. My family, we love to travel with our Camelback Eddies, and just, it really does. If you guys saw in the chat, my boys drink so much more water when we have those with us. So before I dive into the actual items and showing you some examples, I wanted to take a minute and talk specifically about a brand new brand that we just launched yesterday. The brand is Untuck It, and many of you have probably heard about this. Untuck It is actually the fastest growing casual brand in North America. And it was really founded on the idea that there were not those button-down shirts that looked good when they were untucked. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they were too long, they would start getting creased. They just weren't giving you that, you know, classy, fresh, put together look for the entire day. And so Untuck It they have over 80 retail stores across North America, and their following has really grown over the last 10 years. So this is a brand we are very excited to have. I actually had a quote that I was going to share, and it, of course, disappeared as I was talking, but I thought this was really interesting because it really is so true if we think about it. The casualization of the modern workplace has been accelerated by the rise in the workforce being remote during the pandemic. And I don't know if you guys have seen, you know, the Folgers commercial that makes fun of, you know, the business on the top, but, you know, very casual on the bottom. And so Untuck It really has been one of those brands that really has increased in popularity during the pandemic, because it does give you that ability to be comfortable, to be relaxed, but to still be very nicely put together. And then it's equally as appropriate when you get back into the workforce. So we are going to look at some of the Untuck It pieces in a few slides from now. I'm going to share some of our hard good items first, but wanted to just take a little bit extra time and talk about Untuck It. So when we're looking at some of our bag brands that we have, Herschel, Thule, Camelback, Arctic Zone, High Sierra, we have several others in addition to that. So this is just a really small highlight. But again, Herschel is going to be that #1 bag brand in retail, especially for really probably the 15 to 30-year-olds. We have several of their best-selling pieces included on this slide. We have their Retreat backpack. We also have one of their duffel options, which is really nice and substantial. We also, pictured on here, have one of our Thule backpacks. Thule is that outdoor adventure brand. You think of Thule, you think of bike racks, you think of pop-up tents, you think of those things that you can really take with you when you're out and exploring. And the same is true for their bags. They are built to last. They're built to be something that can go with you, whether you're going into the office, traveling, whether you're taking a hike on a mountain, whatever you're doing, Thule really has that longevity. Arctic Zone, we have one of our coolers here. This is a lunch cooler. This one is made from recycled plastic. So you've really seen that woven throughout the presentation, how important that is to us to be able to reuse those materials and also to be able to give back through our 1% for the planet as well. In the bottom, we have a Camelback bag. So we talked about some of the drinkware, which we'll also see on the next slide. But we have several of their backpack options and several of their hydro pack options as well. And the hydro pack, for those of you that maybe aren't familiar with that terminology, that's really what made Camelback famous, is the little small backpacks that go on your back with the little water sack in them. And then you have the tube that comes around and you can drink from that valve. So Camelback being that outdoor, really outdoor hydration brand. And then the last piece on here is High Sierra. And this one is a 24 can duffel cooler. This piece is really nice. You've got the waterproof zipper on the top. You've got that really thick insulation that's going to mimic more of a Yeti type cooler. This is a soft-sided cooler. This isn't a hard one, but you're really going to have really cold drinks and food even after hours of being out in the sun. So that's just a small view of our bag brands. The next one is our drinkware brands. We have several on here that are Camelback. So they don't just have the water bottles, they have the different wine cups, the some of our tumblers as well. And this is a mug. All of those are going to be the double-walled stainless with copper insulation. So they're going to keep our drinks hot for longer and cold for longer. In the middle, we have our Arctic Zone tumblers. I have the new Slim Can right here. This is going to double as being a tumbler that you can use for coffee or a hot drink, or you can remove the lid and you can slide any of your Slim Can beverages inside of it, like a White Claw or some other seltzer type item. And then the last brand on here is Welly. And Welly is a brand that we have partnered with that gives back to building clean wells. So very similar to our Well Aware program, Welly donates to their own organization in which they go out and build wells in East African villages that don't have access to clean water. Last but not least, tech and apparel. So this is where we're going to get to see a few of those Untuck pieces. But before we go into that, Skull Candy, we've talked about that throughout the presentation. Skull Candy is going to come in the retail packaging. So when you purchase any of these Skull Candy items, not only is your logo going to be on the item itself, but everything is going to come in the retail packaging. So really going to give you that higher perceived value when it's received. Here are a few of the Untuck It pieces. This is one of the men's short sleeve shirts that we're offering and one of the long sleeve shirts. We do have about 9 total options. And we are going to be able to decorate those, put your brand on them. You're really going to have really that much cleaner look as far as still being dressed up, but being a little bit more casual. And very last on this page, before we go into the last giveaway, is Roots. Roots 73, as I said earlier, is going to be one of the best-selling brands out of Canada. Their items are really well made. They've got great details. They've got great functionality to them. They are extremely comfortable. They make you feel good and they really accentuate the brand. So that's it for the brand overview. So for this last giveaway, which brand mentioned is currently the fastest growing casual brand in North America? The first answer in the chat will win a Camelback 15-inch computer backpack.
I think the winner is going to be Elizabeth Dahl.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Great. Well, that brings us to what is really the end of this. I would encourage you to keep your questions coming. And for the sake of time, because I believe we have run long, I'm going to just modify up the end of this real quickly. Let me bring it up. Thank you, Jenny, by the way. Absolutely great representation of the brands. And more importantly, you were able to convey why they're important to the folks on the phone and because their recipients are looking for these brands when they're receiving gifts. But a quick recap, again, top, middle, back. Those 3 things are what we want you to remember. New trends and products, the kitting and dropship programs that are available with everything you saw today, and that we have deep stock or at Goldner, more importantly, Goldner has access to our deep stock in order to provide you with solutions moving on through the year. The last thing we would ask is that you schedule time with your Goldner representatives to talk about either ideas that you saw today, or if you were inspired by an idea you saw today and want to just, take it down another road for an event you have, let's get together with them. We can get you virtuals, samples. By virtuals, we mean pictures of the products with your logo on them to see what they would look like, and move on from there. So Goldner and everybody else here, I would like to thank you once again. And Andy, I imagine this, since this is your house, you might like to say goodbye to everybody that's joined us today.
Yeah. Hey, Rick, before I do that, I've got a trivia question for you.
Oh boy.
All right. Please answer this question in a format that you're familiar with. She will be seen as a contestant on Jeopardy on Friday night.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Now it's Kimberly Stunkel, the young lady that really put all this together for us today.
The true answer should be, who is Kimberly Stunkel?
See, well, that's why I'm stuck being what'd you call me earlier? A traveling sales guy.
Yeah, you've got to watch out. So Kimberly, so if you guys didn't get enough screen time with Kimberly, you get a chance to see her Friday night on Jeopardy. So anxious to see how you did, Kimberly. I know you're still working today, so
I'm still working.
that's part of it, but I know you had fun. So
I did.
Kimberly, Kelly, Jenny, Rick, thank you guys for being here and going through all this. I know it was a lot of information for everyone, and thank you for keeping a fast pace and being there. Congratulations to Jane, Jessica, Audrey, Catherine, and Elizabeth. We'll be reaching out to you all for addresses, and thank you for all paying attention and chatting so much today. And remember, reach out to your salespeople at Goldner Associates. If you saw something you wanted more information on, or have a project you'd like to talk to us about, that's what we're here for. I really appreciate all of your business, your relationships. Please stay safe and have a great rest of your afternoon. Bye-bye, everyone.